All right, round 4. I think we're going to keep it. I mean, I don't think it's a mulligan. I don't love it, I admit. But we have 20 lands we can draw. That would be pretty beneficial. If we do draw a land, the hand gets a lot better. All right, another Esper control. So let's go on Offenza here. Probably going to have to silk wrap the Jace, but maybe we draw another land. That would be nice. All right. So hopefully rip a land. So we're going to go silk wrap here. I don't want to, but he's going to flip Jace otherwise, so it seems like a necessity. All right. Guess we play Lieutenant. Wait, what were the 2 modes he did? I hate the new chat on Magic, by the way. It didn't even inform me he talked to me. So how many people have I ignored? I absolutely despise how the chat system works on this now. I don't even know. I can't even get the indicators for it. Counter target creature spell, draw a card. Yeah, so basically Cryptic Command. Not feeling too good. Yeah, no pressure applied. Game 1 is definitely supposed to be our game, too. Oof. Having both stasis snares in hand. Basically, I'm unhappy with every single aspect of how this... not the matchups, I guess. So, not every single aspect. Like I said, I feel like Esper Control is supposed to be the matchup where we're good, but I'm unhappy with every aspect of distributions we've gotten throughout this daily. I punted round 2, or I guess technically round 3, so no one to blame but me on that one. I totally punted that. Man, if I could get a land, you guys have any idea what I could do if I had a land? So I can't play Expedition Envoys. I basically have to counter this. Basically, have to counter Dig Through Time. Land. Can't find the Prairie Stream on this one. So we'll get a Plains, swing. Yeah, I guess we'll negate that. I want to know how many main deck board wipes they run. 2 planar outburst. Is that 7? I think we play the envoy. What I'm hoping is my opponent leaves up the shambling event, because then I can stasis snare it when he activates. So I'm hoping he doesn't bust a board wipe here. So he can activate shambling event. But yeah, no, that's actually fine. So let's silk wrap the Jace. Although maybe he blocks with it, which is also fine. But silk wrap basically only hits Jace, so I guess we do want to silk wrap the Jace here. All right. The gate. Maybe now he just attempts to leave up the shambling event. Did have the planar outburst. All right. Well, instant speed stasis snare could be good. So let's swing. Yeah, so activate. Stasis snare. Yep, that's extremely harsh. It's in the time I want to draw a land, I can't. Time I don't want to draw a land, I do. It is how it feels, I gotta admit. Well, I'm not running Treasure Cruise, so I guess why not? Man, I wish Kithian was out there instead of that Woe Reaper. But then I guess I wouldn't have been able to make it indestructible. Didn't have the mana. Oh, there's the dig. Oh, Murderous Cut. Well, that matters a lot less. Maybe opponent did forget about the old Kithian shenanigan. Then again, maybe my opponent was setting me up or something. I don't know. Shambling Vent. Bane of my existence. Yeah, that was a important draw turn for sure. Oh. Oh man. All right, I admit our deck looks terrible. This whole daily our deck has looked absolutely terrible. I fully admit. Maybe I'll leave the stasis snares in, but still like take out 2 silk wraps. So 2 silk wrap, 2 stasis snare. Could see that being decent. So basically my plan is get the Shambling Vent, play another Kithian. Although I guess I don't even have to do that, do I? I just make it indestructible and then play Silk Wrap. Yeah, guess that's better. All right. I think that it's just that I know it's a small sample size, but it really has felt like throughout the entire playtesting and especially this daily, something is not right with the distribution in our deck. The too many spells, 1 land, or too many lands, not enough spells has come up. That's just been an absolute consistent problem. And I'm not sure there is an actual resolution for that. We just are consistently getting outclassed because I can't, yeah, we can't beat Ugin. Because he gets these back too. We'll concede to Ugin. I can't beat that. Okay, so let's figure this out. So, what is the plan? So I guess we need these because they're important. Let's cut a couple silk wraps. Probably want a couple dispels. Maybe cut 1 negate. Maybe cut 1 stasis snare. So I have a stasis snare and 2 silk wraps. And then 6 counterspell package. I just don't think I can afford to cut creatures. Am I supposed to cut creatures for counterspells? It doesn't seem right. I think with double Treasure Cruise I should be at least be able to power out on the board and be better. All right, let's try this out. Yeah, we got to keep this. This is a hand where if we didn't draw a land for the rest of the game, I think we'd be good. Well, at least it's a miss. He already knows about the flooded strand. Plus, we want to deck thin at this point. And I guess, see, it's an interesting question. I think we do buff Kithian, even though he's going to be turned next turn. We definitely want to get the extra damage in. And I think on this one, we're actually going to buff the Envoy. As weird as that sounds, because you'd think you'd just want to buff the Council's Lieutenant, but I think the reason I don't want to buff the Council's Lieutenant is if he has a piece of spot removal, I'd much prefer... He's going to be motivated to use it on the Lieutenant, so... Or on the Kithian, I guess. We'll find out. I may have just wanted to do it on the Lieutenant. I don't know. All right. Forced our way through there, thankfully. Now we're on the draw. Like, am I supposed to cut a Anafenza? Am I supposed to cut like a Consul's Lieutenant for another counterspell, maybe? Like another Disdainful Stroke or something? It's really tough. If someone knows like the best way I'm supposed to sideboard in this match, if I'm doing suboptimal, then of course I want to do better. But it's tough. It's like I have all these sweet counterspell sideboard which feel correct for this match, but I don't have the space for them because I still need removal to deal with like Jace or Aerishan Cleric in the case of that last match, or Monastery Mentor. It's challenging. Yeah, I mean, we got to keep this. So we are going to open with Flooded Strand. because the knight can find. So we just basically want to deck thin now for our treasure cruise, so we can go in rebuild mode. So let's get in with Woe Reaper here. Pretty surprised he's still using Clash of Wills. I got to admit, Clash of Wills feels bad against us, but it did just work right there. So what do I know? All right. So I can go Knight and then on Offenza, but I don't love that. So I think we go Flooded Strand, Prairie Stream, on Offenza, Dragon Hunter, Pump Woe Reaper, swing for 3. Definitely don't want to use Woe Reaper. Well, opponent's a long ways away from activating that and is off important colored mana at the moment. Surprised I didn't use Jace first. Wouldn't you use that before you play the land, especially when you have the Shambling Vent? There's the Aerishan Cleric. Okay. Well, Aerishan Cleric's not the best, but not the worst either. Well, the gate's actually not bad either. So let's go Knight, Prairie Stream. So on offensive pumps Dragon Hunter, which means both of our guys get to swing, which is great news. Blocking, which tells me he's going to board wipe, which is actually fine too. I guess it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to board wipe, but if he goes for planar outburst, we're actually okay. Looks like you're going to get to flip this little bad boy though. But stopping the planar outburst is huge. Plus, then we can even treasure cruise. Possibly find a counterspell of some sort. Oh, okay. So his plan now is to block flip. He still can't flip Shambling Vent, lucky for us. Yeah, we keep playing lands. So he blocks 3 power, takes 7, I guess. I don't think we cast Treasure Cruise because he can counter it, but we'll see. Man, that's tough. Just seems too likely he's got a board wipe. I think we have to accept. So I can cast Treasure Cruise now, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. Don't have lethal, though. Especially now with the Jace out. So I think we'd go Woe Reaper. Eat his Jace, I guess. Which is actually pretty good. Why do I get 2 again? Oh, because we have 2 Woe Reapers. Well, making his dig through time worse is good. So we've got Disdainful and Negate. So even if he has the Duress, we still have the out for something else of importance. We have Lethal on board, so he has to use Jace. I imagine he minus 2s? Minus 2, minus 0s? But maybe he wants to ultimate price here. Now he can activate Shambling Vent too, which is indeed relevant. So let's say I swing with everything and he's just on the Shambling Vent plan. And he blocks a 2 power guy. He would take 8. I think we are going to negate the ultimate price, especially since he's going to be off black mana. Because then he doesn't have enough. Or wait. So let's say, okay. If I were to counter this ultimate price with negate, he could pay 1. No, he could go 2, 3, 4, 5. He could planar outburst. I think he's got planar outburst. So we're going to just have to let this happen. He can't activate Shambling Vent now, too, which is really important to note. Yeah, so now we swing at Jace and him for 5. And we have double counterspell. Okay. I feel good about that. Okay, if he leaves up Shambling Vent, he could block here and not die, so we play Knight and leave up 2 counter spells. And once again, I think we're going to let him dig. One of his cards is Planar Outburst, I'm almost positive. Okay, so we negate that. Then I think he tries to slam Planar Outburst, which is his last card, and then I think we can Disdainful Stroke for the win. Because he really doesn't have a choice here. So yeah, he's dead. Even if he blocks a 2-power guy, he doesn't have enough. So he didn't even have it. All right, so we ended up going 2-2. One was a free win, though, so we really just beat one control match, lost to a control match, lost to an Abzan aggro. That was rough, man. I wish our deck was better than it played. I mean, I'm glad we got the win, and like I said, the control match is where we're supposed to win. We are supposed to win this match because we have the counter spells. Treasure Cruise also came up huge there, but oh man, that was challenging. So I don't know. I certainly have some more doubts about this deck. Like I said, the distribution issues we seem to be having are just killer, man. And I'm not sure if there's a solution to that. Like I said, I have this counterspell package out of my sideboard, and then in the match where I thought we'd bring it in, we didn't even bring it in. It's like we got to keep the removal. So I feel like our sideboard definitely needs to be retooled, and our main deck probably needs some tweaks as well. But I want to stick it out with this deck, but I'm going to need some more feedback from you guys on how I can make it work, because that was not I did not feel good in those matches. It felt like, it felt like we were getting slammed. I may have, I know that I punted in the first control match that we lost when I played the Knight of the White Orchid into the Languish. I know I punted there, and it's not necessarily true that we would have won had I not played the Knight, but there certainly was a better chance that we won had I not played the Knight. So that was a huge mistake, but I don't know. If more of the meta is control like that, like I said, this is good in control. I don't like it against that Abzan aggro, even though we came close. And that was really all we, I guess, got to play against, huh? Two control matches and an Abzan aggro. So, underwhelming first performance. I'd like to stick it out. I'm probably going to need some more feedback from you guys on what I need to switch up to make this competitive enough. But all right, that's it for the first daily. So hope you enjoyed it anyway, even though we got pretty much thrashed. We'll see you later.